The morning sun poured through the open windows, spilling golden light across the cosy kitchen where Roscoe and his friends were finishing breakfast. They'd had tea and custard cream biscuits, buttery crumpets, and a pot of fresh raspberries each. The air drifting in smelled of warm grass and meadow flowers. Roscoe finished the last of his tea and clinked the cup back on its saucer. Tea was the only thing he didn't drink with his curly straw. It just didn't feel right, sticking up from his dainty porcelain cup. "Bunnies," he said. "It's going to be a very warm day." Berry hopped onto a chair and gazed out the window. "The sun has got his hat on and he's come on out to play. Let's go and see what's happening in the garden. There's shade under the trees, so we can stay cool if we want to." Floyd nodded. "Good idea. I think I saw a few butterflies flutter by down by the rose bushes. They might be perched somewhere close by. They usually rest in the morning sun before the day grows hotter." Roscoe smiled. "Let's take a basket with some cold drinks. We can carry them to the willow tree, where there's the most shade." The bunnies moseyed outside. They splayed their toes and let the soft grass tickle in between them. Caratina's paws were so ticklish she let out a little sneeze. Sunlight danced around swaying leaves overhead, and the branches cast playful shadows that willowed and weaved around the garden. They stopped at the tree and laid down a blanket and popped the basket of treats and drinks on it. Then it was time for a nose and a gander. Whatever would they find? Berry pottered along the flower bed and spotted a ladybird crawling along a leaf. She had a ruby red back spotted with black and pretty white cheeks on her face. "Look, a little traveller," he whispered, holding out his paw. "Hello there," said Roscoe softly. "I wonder where you're going today." Near the flower beds, Floyd crouched down to watch a small snail inch its way across a stone. Eyes on bendy stalks, it gazed around and paid no attention to Floyd, as on his way he continued to slither and slide. "It's carrying its home," he said. "Carefully, very carefully. I wonder what it's like inside. Probably as smooth and cool as a wet pebble on the edge of a stream." Gus the Whiskers peered beneath a flowering bush. "The spider's web caught the sunlight," he said, tilting his head. "It's sparkling like tiny treasure." The bunnies wandered from patch to patch, exploring the garden. Berry knelt to arrange a few pebbles along a narrow path, and Roscoe moved a fallen leaf so a wriggly plump caterpillar could crawl freely away. Near the fountain, Floyd dipped a paw into the crystal cool water and flicked a few drops at Berry, who laughed and shook his head. "Careful, you'll make my fur frizz," he chuckled. Berry lay on the soft grass, paws tucked behind his head and his ears splayed wide. "The flowers smell much sweeter here," he said. "There's a hint of herbal tea, some scented soap, and even a touch of fruit jam. I do love their fragrance." The bunnies lolloped from shady corner to shady corner, absorbing the small wonders they encountered. A bright velvety petal resting on a pebble, a butterfly perched on a branch, wings opening and closing with shimmering flashes of blues and yellows, the glitter of sunlight skimming across the fountain. They shared each discovery, exchanging quiet smiles. Eventually they came back to the big willow tree at the end of the garden. Roscoe opened the basket, poured a little cordial for everyone, and passed around the curly straws. Berry sipped slowly, watching cotton wool clouds drift by. Floyd leaned against the trunk. "I could stay here all day," he said, eyes half closed. Gus the Whiskers held a tiny leaf up to the light. "Even shadows look different in this corner," he said. "They make shapes I haven't noticed before. Look at the shadow of this leaf and tell me that's not a star." Roscoe glanced down and said, "I think you're right. How lovely." As the sun climbed higher, the bunnies settled beneath the tree, the grass soft beneath them. A bumblebee hummed and buzzed, looping lazily past, and the faint rustle of branches whispered overhead. One by one, eyelids fluttered, ears draped over paws, and whiskers drooped just a smidgen. The world beyond moved quietly in golden sunlight, carrying the scent of flowers and the gentle warmth of summer. All was snug. All was well. Night-night.